What's up guys, Sean from the Nerd Lair here. Thanks for tuning into this video. It's no secret on this channel, your boy is a Trekkie. There's nothing wrong with that. Star Trek is one of my all-time favorite science fiction things. And since I've already done a few Star Trek videos in the past, I figured it was time for another one. So let's get the video started with my top 5 favorite Star Trek video games. First off, this is a VR game, so that might cut the amount of people who could actually play it in half. And normally I wouldn't even really recommend a VR game in the first place, but it's Star Trek and the immersion level of this game is on point. Released in 2017, Star Trek Bridge Crew is a good VR experience. I think every Trekkie has that fantasy of taking orders from the captain, you're at your station, pressing buttons on the panel, making sure that the ship is running smoothly and everything is going according to plan. And in this game, you get that experience. It can be played solo or with other people online, scanning for space anomalies, controlling the warp drive, piloting, and even taking the helm issuing commands. And the best part is, this game is meant to be played sitting down because at your station you're going to be sitting in a chair, so it actually feels like you're on the Enterprise. Even though this game did come out in 2017, sadly, the developers have dropped any further updates or contents for this game. But hey, if you have a VR headset and love Star Trek, you can't go wrong. Developed by Interplay and published by Ultra Games, Star Trek The 25th Anniversary was released for the Nintendo Entertainment System back in 1991. Kirk and the crew are approaching a planet called Sigma Iosha 2. If that name sounds familiar, it's the planet that they visit in Season 2, Episode 17, A Piece of the Action, one of my favorite episodes. But right before reaching the planet, they're sucked into a tear in the space-time continuum, depleting all of their dilithium crystals and transporting them to an unknown area of space. Now orbiting above a new strange planet, the crew have to go down and see if they can find any dilithium to power their ship and get the hell out of there. Now there's a few reasons why I put this on my list. It's not an amazing game by any means, it's decent, but it's the most Star Trek-like game that I've played in a long time. Now, if you're someone who is into Star Trek, you'll understand that feeling that TOS gives you when you watch it. It's a really warm, comforting, cozy, home-like feeling. And this game mimics that in a video game sense. You're gathering clues, solving puzzles, and exploring. There is a huge common misconception about Star Trek these days. It was never an action-packed sort of show. Yes, there was action in it, but it was based more around exploring new worlds, solving problems using diplomacy, science, and logic. And just like the show, this game feels cozy, it feels charming because of the time that it came out, but also because Star Trek. And that's the reason it's on my list. Simple as that. Klingon Honor Guard, I feel, is one of those Star Trek games that not too many people have played, and, well, let's be honest, not too many people have played Star Trek games in general, but the ones who have played this game tend to like it. It's a first-person shooter game where you play as either a male or female Klingon, and it uses the Unreal Engine, which looks pretty damn good in 1998. There's an array of weapons that you can use, including melee weapons such as the Klingon Batleth, ranged weapons like a Klingon Disruptor, and a fucking rocket launcher. I would say like 90% of all Star Trek focuses around the Federation, and I really don't mind it all that much, but I do like seeing side stories where you're playing from the perspective of different races. The Star Trek universe, in my opinion, is a melting pot. There's so many different things that you can do and expand upon. Sadly, in recent years, the media for Star Trek, such as Picard or Star Trek Discovery, have contradicted my last statement, but it's neither here nor there. I was never super big on Klingon politics while watching the show, but it didn't really deter me from playing this game because it is different and it is trying something new. And that's why I put it on this list. Also, am I the only one who thinks Klingon food kinda looks good? I mean, I would eat some gach. Star Trek Armada is a real-time strategy game for the PC that was released in the year 2000. It's StarCraft, it's Warcraft, but it's Star Trek. It tends to go with the standard formula for a typical RTS game, which is totally awesome. I'm okay with that. And it's a good combo in my opinion. If you're someone who loves the more tactical aspect of the Star Trek universe, then this game is definitely up your alley. From building star bases to docking bays and having the occasional space fight, this game doesn't feel like it's trying to be different, but also not trying to copy anything, which I can respect. When it comes to real-time strategy games for me, I am perfectly fine with having the game be plain Jane, bare bones. And for some people that might be a bit of a turnoff, but I don't know, there's something about simplicity in these kind of games that I really enjoy. This game does have a sequel, Star Trek Armada 2, and it's just as good. There's a little bit more to it, obviously, and the graphics are a little bit better, but if you're looking for something fancier, there's a billion other things out there to play. But this is Star Trek, so it's special. Star Trek Voyager Elite Force was released for the PC back in the year 2000 and a year later on the PlayStation 2. Developed by Raven Software and published by Activision, it's a first-person shooter game that uses the Quake engine. I love the Quake games. They're one of my all-time favorite first-person shooters. Now mix that with Star Trek Voyager, oh my god, how could this suck? It couldn't. It doesn't. This game takes place around Season 6 of Voyager. The player takes on the role of Ensign Alex Monroe. You're a new member of the Hazard team that was formed on the ship by Tuvok, whose main objective is to handle particularly dangerous and hostile away missions. The game's plot focuses around Voyager being trapped in a starship graveyard, who's heavily damaged and under attack by multiple different factions. The controls in this game are so satisfying because, again, it's the Quake engine. You're basically playing Quake with a Star Trek skin. It's so awesome. All the weapons in this game have that specific feel when you shoot something and it feels good. Yeah, it has that. The graphics for this game are on par for the time that it came out, and they also got the actors from the show to voice their characters in this game. The single player campaign is great, but where this game really shined for me was the online multiplayer. That's right, of course, it's Quake. But yeah, the only way you can play it online with people now is if there's a private server out there somewhere, but I don't know. There is a sequel to this game, but it's not as popular because I think they went with a different development company, so it's not exactly like Quake anymore. At least that's what I heard. I haven't played it. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, you should buy yourself a copy of this game and play it immediately if you're a Star Trek fan, especially if you're a fan of Star Trek Voyager. And that is my top 5 favorite Star Trek video games. If you guys have any suggestions on good Star Trek games that I should play, let me know down in the comments section. That's gonna do it for this video, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Sorry it took me so long to put out a video. It's been like 2 weeks. I've been busy with work and other things. I'm helping my girlfriend start her YouTube channel. So that's been really fun, and I've just been busy. So yeah, I'm gonna try to get more videos out here soon. Just things are kind of crazy right now, but I wanted to talk about Star Trek. So yeah, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys next time in the Nerd Lair.